Tav X Hebrews, purity and becoming one. Purity and becoming one, y'all. What's going on out there in YouTubeville, in YouTube land? I am your brother, Mr. Real Talk, and this is your go-to YouTube channel for brotherhood, sisterhood, and an attempt at righteousness. Getting my little snack on right now. I really wouldn't call this breakfast. Got Doritos I'm munching on right now. You really don't have time to eat breakfast when you in slavery on the plantation like right now. I got 15 minutes, right? Now I'm gonna ask y'all, what can you do with 15 minutes? What can you do? I very rarely ever get to eat like breakfast for real. I don't call this breakfast, y'all. It's Doritos. Or I might eat some fruit sometimes, an orange, an apple, banana. Maybe eat a muffin, a croissant or something. That's not really breakfast to somebody like me. When you're running all around, working, doing all this stuff, you don't really have time to eat breakfast. In this world, you don't have time to think about anything. It's go, 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 go. But every now and again, in these little so-called breaks, like right now, 15 minutes, can't do nothing with that. Every now and again, you start to think. And it's something that's been on my mind since yesterday. I was communicating yesterday with one of our Old Testament only people yesterday, and they brought something to my attention. And there was no way that I could run from it. I had to deal with it. It was very humbling, very jaw-dropping, very all of those things. The book of Numbers, chapter 12, verse 6 through 8. Now, I'm paraphrasing, right? Because I'm not looking at that right now. I don't have a book in front of me. The only apparatus I have right now is the one I'm shooting this video on. So I can't check it out. But I'm paraphrasing. Somebody out there, you let me know if I'm right or how close I am to being right. Numbers chapter 12, verse 6 through 8. Something like, if there's a prophet among you, or when there is a prophet among you, I will speak to him through visions. I will speak to him in a dream. Again, I'm paraphrasing. Y'all let me know. If you're not in slavery right now, you can actually go grab it and look at it. Let me know how close I am. Numbers chapter 12, verse 6 through 8 says something along the lines of, if there's a prophet among you, or when there's a prophet among you, I will speak to him through visions. I will speak to him in a dream. Now, according to that verse, and that is in the Old Testament in the Torah, the Most High is saying that if or when there is a prophet among the nation of Israel, he will speak to them in visions and he will speak to them in dreams. So according to that, in the nation of Israel, the Most High speaks to you through visions. If he speaks to you through dreams, you would be a prophet. Not according to my word. Excuse me, y'all. Not according to my word. but according to the Old Testament in the Torah, the Most High speaks to the prophets through visions and dreams. And this Old Testament only person who I was in communication with yesterday has been on this channel for a little while now, just like a lot of us. So this Old Testament only brew that I talked to brought it to my attention about that verse. And they said, hey, Mr. Real Talk, I got proof that you are a prophet. I said, what? I said, yo, get the heck out of here. Right? Because I don't know. I guess because I fear the Most High, I'm terrified of Yahweh. I guess I just never looked at myself like that. I never wanted to call myself anything like that. But I am Mr. Real Talk. So I have to deal with reality. And according to reality, Numbers chapter 12, verse 6 through 8, if the Most High gives you visions or he speaks to you in a dream, then according to that Old Testament scripture, you would be a prophet. And I told y'all that Old Testament only brew said, I got proof, Mr. Real Talk, that you are a prophet. When they said that at first, I was like, yo, get the heck out of here. But when they sent that verse, I looked at that verse. I was like, wow. Excuse me. And I remember very vividly, back in 2012, I had a dream that was so terrifying, scared the living hell out of me. Literally, just as like I'm talking to you guys and gals right now, the Most High God came to me and he talked to me with the audible voice, just like I'm talking to you right now. Back in 2012, y'all, I was so afraid. I never been so afraid in my life. The Most High, he didn't say, I'm the Most High or I'm JC. He didn't say none of that. He just started talking. And in my dream, you know how dreams can be very strange sometimes. You'll find yourself somewhere, you don't know how you got there. I found myself suddenly standing on the shoreline of what looked like the world's biggest ocean, the world's biggest sea. I was the only one on planet Earth, as though it seemed. No other people existed except me, the ocean, and the Most High. Now look, I don't know how to swim, right? So I'm not going to be going near no big old ocean and turn my back to the ocean. When this dream started, that's how the dream started off. I'm standing on the shoreline right next to the world's largest ocean. Nothing but water all around me, so you know I was scared. But I got my back to the water. That's how you know this was out of my control. There's no way that I would be standing by the world's largest ocean with my back to the water. I don't know how to swim. But that's how this dream started. I'm standing with my back to the ocean, and then the most loudest, deepest, terrifying voice that I've ever heard in my life just started speaking. And he said, 12 years I gave you. What did you do? Family, I was so terrified. I just knew I was getting ready to die. The Most High's voice was so big, loud, strong, and powerful. It was literally emanating throughout the whole earth. It felt like it was coming from inside of my body. When the Most High started talking, it felt like my body was going to fall apart. That's how big and heavy and strong and terrifying his voice was. And I want to say my bones were shaking so bad, almost like the cartoons. You know, Scooby-Doo or something. When they're so scared, you literally hear their bones rattling. That's how afraid I was. And it was the voice of the Most High God. I jumped up. I was so afraid. And I jumped up screaming to the top of my lungs. Not like a little girl. More like a roar, like a lion. Imagine waking up at 2 or 3 in the morning, roaring as loud as you ever could, like a lion in the jungle. And at this time, This, I was still black at this time. I didn't know I was a Hebrew. I was still black. So at this time, I was living a black lifestyle with my so-called girlfriend, right? I woke up in the bed next to my so-called girlfriend, roaring like a young lion in the wilderness. I scared the hell out of her so much. She didn't say anything. She just woke up and looked at me with this look in her eyes like, Mr. Real Talk, I know you're getting ready to kill me, but I love you. I don't know why you're getting ready to kill me. That's the look she had in her eyes. She was so terrified because the roar and the sound that I let out was so loud and vigorous, scared the hell out of her. Probably woke up the whole neighborhood. I was yelling so loud. Scared the hell out of me. Imagine waking yourself up. You get woke up yelling and roaring to the top of your lungs. Quite an event. I was terrified. Why am I telling you that right now? I'm letting you know that Yahweh himself spoke to me in a dream, just like I'm speaking to you right now. And that Old Testament only friend of ours yesterday told me, I got proof that you are a prophet. I was like, get the heck out of here. And then when they brought out that verse, Numbers chapter 12, verse 6 through 8, if there be a prophet among you, when there's a prophet among you, I will speak to him in visions. I will speak to him in dreams. I heard Yahweh's voice, just like y'all hear my voice right now. I didn't see anybody. But as soon as he started talking, I thought I was getting ready to die. So based off of all of that, in Numbers chapter 12, verse 6 through 8, according to that is calling me and anybody else out there who's heard the voice of the Most High God in a dream, you would be a prophet. Now, I'm not going to lie. I don't like thinking about myself in those kind of terms. I don't like saying, yeah, Mr. Real Talk, you're a prophet. But this has nothing to do with what I like, nothing to do with what I want. I deal with reality. And last night, it was a very heavy feeling in my spirit. I guess because there's no way that I can run from that. It said what it said. When there's a prophet among you, the Most High going to speak to him in visions and dreams. It's just a very humbling feeling, a very surreal feeling to realize that I got to deal with reality. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'll catch y'all later on tonight on the live stream, Most High willing. I love y'all, family. I'm out.